Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Moving to Australia podcast. I'm Arun Belur and with me in the studio is Amitava. Today we will be discussing the migration program planning model for the year 2025-26. Now the planning model up until this year was set over a 12-month cycle. From 2025-26, it will move to a multi-year model extending the program planning levels to 4 years. That is until 2028-29. This will allow the migration program to align better with longer term infrastructure. The size and the composition of the planning level is yet to be announced. So, Amitava, what's your take on the multi year planning model?
Hi, Arun. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. A good day, as we say in Australia. Um, this change, it is quite similar to governance, isn't it? In a way, you elect the government, and the government stays on for 4 years or 5 years, and there's a reason, right? You don't want changes to happen too quickly. So this is a very welcome change. The annual migration cycle often left states, employers, and migrants scrambling with policy shifts and allocation caps that changed too frequently. It was very confusing. A multi year model introduces predictability, which will, I guess, benefit infrastructure planning, education pipelines, workforce integration, and long term economic growth. In all, it is definitely a good thing. It will also allow state and territories to design more sustainable strategies for settlement and regional growth instead of changing very often. It's a lot of overhead. Well, what do you think, Arun?
I agree with most of it because we need a lot more infrastructure in the regional areas for sure. Now, could there be a significant change in the state and territory nominated visa categories, you think?
Possibly yes. A longer planning horizon will likely encourage greater state autonomy and streamlined nomination, a well-planned, streamlined nomination criteria. We might see more tailored occupation list based on regional needs, revised allocation methods, potentially performance based rather than ad hoc, which is happening lately. Well, I won't say totally ad hoc, but it'll be more performance based and possibly multi year nominations, helping applicants plan ahead more confidently. However, the full picture will probably become clear once new allocations and lists are published later this year. There has been a lot of promises, and I'm sorry that a lot of these promises from the state governments have not been met. So we'll just have to wait and see.
And when you spoke about tailored occupations in the regional area, was that specifically for subclass 190, 491, or for both, you would say?
Well, subclasses are all the subclasses cover regional areas, right? So what I meant to say is that there are occupations specifically that can be tailored for regional areas, but at the same time, other occupations also, which are not necessarily only regional areas, also exist that can be used by regional bodies.
Okay. Now, are there any changes being introduced to the income threshold of the skills in demand visa subclass 482?
Yes, well, it is going to increase to 75,000 from the current 73,105, 150, I think it is, 75,000. It is always there is an indexation. It is tied to indexation or inflation benchmarks.
Which stream is that? Is that the core skills stream within SID?
Yes. So this one is only for the core skills stream. Yes. For the SID visa, core skills, we expect more nuanced thresholds, potentially sector specific or occupation tiered income floors to attract genuinely skilled workers and protect against underpayment or misuse. So we have to wait and see what other changes are in the pipeline. Nothing finalized, but there will be more, I guess, tied to the labor market.
Now, are you aware of any new visa streams that might be introduced to address specific workforce shortages?
Um, the government has flagged several new visa streams. There is a stream for innovation. It is introduced, but it is not fully implemented. So there is going to be a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of work being done by the state governments to tailor to the specific requirements of shortage of uh, high caliber applicants. There's also going to be some changes in the essential skills pathway, which may include aged care, disability, and health support workers. So there will be several changes coming up. And of course, the skill migration, although there has been talks about it, the points based, but nothing concrete as yet.
All right. Now, any new measures being introduced to family visas for a more straightforward reunification process?
There has been lately a strong advocacy for faster processing and simplified documentation, especially with regards to parents and partner visas. Parent visas ridiculously takes what, 20, 30 years? It doesn't make sense. While no structural overhaul has been announced, we can see increased allocation for family visas, digital lodgement improvements. Currently, parent visas are not digital, you have to post,
Mm-hmm.
and likely faster onshore processing under multi-year planning. So again, it ties back to the multi-year planning. The longer term approach could pave way for fairer prioritization, especially for long separated families.
Do you think the wait time on partner visas might significantly change with these new measures coming in
I
as
hope
well?
so. I can only hope. We don't know yet. But yes, the government is aware of it. Home Affairs, they are aware that separation between married partners because of visa delays causes a lot of stress, which impacts the mental well-being and also performance at workplace. So these factors have to be considered when they want to look into prioritizing. Probably they have to get more manpower within Home Affairs to process these visas. At the end of the day, it is all about um, faster processing, is all about having the right number of manpower, trained manpower, as well as simplified processing.
Okay. And finally, do you think we will see a revamped point system for the migration
That's
program?
highly likely. The current point system, while effective, is due for a modern refresh. There is too much emphasis on English language. And I know a lot of people will just sit for English test several times to get the right score, which probably defeats the purpose. You need English good enough to continue it. You don't need to be a PhD in English to get the visa, right? So that attracts the wrong workforce. And probably a lot of countries where there is a concentration of skilled manpower, they probably are not as proficient in English. For example, Germany, um, I know with all due respect, they are good in English. Germany and Japan, that's where a lot of skilled manpower reside. So I guess better reward for Australian work experience, more emphasis of on industry specific skills, and perhaps deprioritize factors like age or generic qualifications in favor of real-time skills demand. They also are going to prioritize or give weightage to top-tier universities. There's a whole bunch of papers submitted online. If one can go and have a look. A consultation process is underway, and changes may start phasing in from late 2025 or 26.
We'll keep you guys posted when we hear more from the DHA. Now, if you're thinking about moving to Australia, it is essential to monitor these developments. If you need any professional immigration advice, you can reach out to Amitava directly. His details are in the podcast description. As always, Amitava, pleasure talking to you and thank you for joining me. And we'll see
Thank
you
you,
guys
Arun.
soon.
Thank you, everyone.